Today I am going to tell you about the structural form. Uh, in order to arrange the structural form, we should have the architectural design. Now, architectural design shows the utilities and the appearance of the structure, but by thinking about the load path, where to transform or transfer the loads to the earth, by considering the load path, you have to decide where you should arrange the structural elements such as beams, columns, or frames, and whatever it is. In order to get a clear understanding about the structural form, I'm going to show you the Liberty statue. So this is the Liberty statue. You can clearly see the statue. That outline is the architectural finish or architectural view of the statue, but inside that you can see a clear two columns and structural frame by cross braces with the structural elements. So that part, these inside parts, will transfer the loads of this statue to the ground. So this arrangement of these structural members, is called the structural form. All right, structural form is that one. So the Statue of Liberty demonstrates the flexibility and strength of frame structures. Its iron frame structure supports both itself. It's around 125 tons, and its copper cladding is 100 tons. Any resemblance of the frame structure to the Eiffel Tower is more than a coincidence, as the designer for both structures was Gustave Eiffel. So there is an example for structural form. So here today what you can see here is an architectural plan of a hospital building. You can clearly see the architect also have been given the column positions, but he hasn't shown the beam places and slab thicknesses and the primary or secondary beam positions. We have to decide suitable beam arrangement for this one, primary beams as well as secondary beams, and column places. If these are okay, or these are very good enough to carry or transfer the loads effectively, we can keep them. If we need additional columns, we have to place them. If we have additional columns in the architectural drawing, we can remove them. Then I'm going to show you the structural form which I have created for this relevant architectural plan. So this one is the structural form. You can see the same architectural drawing, and on that I have marked the column positions and the beam positions in this yellow or green color. When considering these structural arrangements, you should provide enough structural frames, and also you should you should consider about the duct positions and around the ducts. If they are very small, you can keep them up from the slab itself, or otherwise you have to keep some beams for that. When you see this panel here, you have a big, some sort of large duct. For that you have to put a secondary beam here, another secondary beam here, and these are primary beams. Primary beams are going in the main grid lines. You can clearly see. And when you have a situation like this, you have a bathroom here, washroom. The bathroom slabs should be dropped in order to take the water lines and other lines, service lines, so that in order to drop the slab you should have some beams around the droppable areas. So we used a secondary beam here, another secondary beam here, and the main beam is going like this. So this arrangement is called the structural frame. So the structural frame will do the main part of the structural design. If you create a kind of bad structural form, you will suffer during the design stage. If you create the most suitable structural plan, structural form, you can carry out all the structural works very effectively and very efficiently. So kind of part of the experience is also needed when deciding these beam positions and primary and secondary beam positions and column positions.